Hello, my name is Andrew Collins and I'm a Telly Addict. This week, who do you think you are? The Coroner, The Affair and Wallliams and Friend. First, we've been seeing some radical moves on the 1982 Top of the Pops reruns.
Me and my girl, out on the town. Me and my girl.
Older viewers might be thinking Jack Douglas. Younger viewers might be thinking, what's Top of the Pops?
It's the only way out, it's the only way in, and it's you.
But I've saved the best one for last. This is Welsh Elvis Shakin Stevens miming Give Me Your Heart Tonight, his 7th top 10 hit. Keep an eye on his right leg.
'Cause I'm not crying without a reason. I'm not asking what is right.
Is he getting off a horse or is he hopping over a fence, perhaps letting himself breathe? I was reminded of this action while watching an Amazonian frog see off a wasp in Planet Earth 2. Let's see that again. Sticking with Planet Earth 2, surely the greatest achievement in factual television this century, I hope you appreciated this music hall gem from GOGGLEBOX.
Almost everything that walks past here could eat him. Even a cricket.
I don't like crickets. I love them.
Umar and Basit Siddiqui, we thank you. Alright, I can't put it off any longer. Let us address this century's second best achievement in factual television.
People watching the stereotype and all that, they're going to expect me to be related to criminals. Maybe I'm related to a few criminals. You know, I want the opposite to that. Who knows where it's going to take me?
You can't have avoided finding out where EastEnders star Danny Dyer's journey took him. It was on the cover of the Radio Times and the story was comprehensively promoted to launch the genealogy format's 13th series in style. But nobody went home disappointed. Not Danny, and certainly not the historians who helped him.
I know a certain amount about Robert Gosnell, and he was in the English Civil War.
He was.
He himself might even have popped into this pub. He would certainly have walked
He would have
down
popped
Dulwich
into
Street.
this pub. Of course he was in here. Yeah. So they've hit him for severe reddies, as you'd say in East London. Severe reddies.
Severe reddies, yeah.
I like the fact you just said that.
This would have hurt him tremendously.
Tracing his bloodline past a brief patch of poverty, Danny, who as a young actor was mentored by Mark Rylance, wasn't expecting this.
So Danny Dyer is a direct descendant of Thomas Cromwell. I can't believe it. I don't know what to say.
I've watched a good many of the 100 or so celebrity journeys that have started out under the Who Do You Think You Are tree. Most are diverting, some are surprising, but this had everything. And it had Danny Dyer, who witnessed the course of history change before his very eyes.
This man's related to me.
Yeah.
This wonderful, powerful man.
Not only are you descended from Edward III, you're descended from all of his royal ancestors, right back to William the Conqueror. But you are also descended from Henry III, who built this abbey.
Please set aside any preconceptions you may have about Danny Dyer and get onto this on iPlayer immediately. It's an hour of TV that you will treasure forever, and he only swears once.
The geezer's got a drawbridge, hell. He has an all. Oh, I don't think I'm going to get over this, babe, to be honest.
He doesn't. Here's something else on the BBC that I'm finding it hard to get over.
We'd like to reassure viewers who sadly are forced to live outside the M25 that we value you. You might be sitting on the sofa at home in Norfolk with your wife and sister, who are no doubt the same person.
I found myself struggling with this new vehicle for the talents of David Wallliams, not because starting the first sketch of the first show with an ancient joke about incest in Norfolk sets a fairly low bar, but because thereafter Wallliams seemed to play the straight man in his own comedy sketches.
Swagger. Better than you. Moves. Better than you. Grooves. Better than you.
I mean, it's generous of him to give Jack Whitehall all the best bits and speaks of a star who's prepared to share the limelight, as he once did with Matt Lucas. But here he is again, just sitting there.
On the floor is a woman's glove, but the stitching has been frayed as though it's been worn by a larger hand. A man's hand. The hand of a man. But here's the final piece of the puzzle, Watson. You're right-handed, But on your left side, a box of aloe vera fragrant tissues has been placed.
Even when he did allow himself to join in the fun rather than sit the comedy out, he let Whitehall dominate.
It's your anniversary, and you purchase your partner a brand new set of golf clubs. But all they get you is a £10 Boots voucher.
I worry that what with all his other successful ventures, raising money, judging talent shows, writing best-selling children's books, he's self-consciously winding himself back in.
Mildly amusing comedian David Wallliams is in the diary cell.
By the time we get to future guests like Harry Enfield, Sheridan Smith and Miranda Richardson, I fear he may not even be in the sketches.
All right, mate. Well done. You're better than me.
I've been hanging around BBC Daytime again, and if you think crime dramas that are on in the evening are too dark and grisly and predicated on violence towards women and are never set in Devon, you need this.
Did you get anything off his phone? Any emails?
No, sir, no. Alec gave me a cake for the boss's birthday. I've had 2 slices already. No, there's nothing out of the ordinary, no. Tell you what is weird, though.
What?
Sorry, were the coroner and the local detective sergeant in the fictional town talking? I was looking at Devon. It's an occupational hazard with a drama this picturesque.
Emotional.
No, I didn't mean... Phone's fixed. Apart from a bit of rice I got stuck in the jack there.
Oh, give it here. Dave, I'm so sorry.
OK, this is me on the coroner. I've always liked Claire Goose, and it's good to see her in the lead, with able support from BT Edney, who scrubbed up nice after Poldark to play the mum, and Ivan Kay as the pub landlord.
Excuse me. Excuse me? Worse than the returns queue at IKEA.
It's the offer. Passed in a pipe for a £5. It's doing well.
I have no objection to the pace being gentle and the tone being parochial if the whodunit is original, and it tends to be. I suspect you won't have previously seen a death like this in the afternoon. Three cheers to Sally Abbott for creating a pre-watershed strand that keeps you guessing and seems to have won a recommission based on a loyal audience. I view it as Escape to the Country with a body count and a budget that means they can't afford to switch on their Apple laptops.
Laurie, the woman who runs it, has specifically asked for you to go down to... There's the address.
Thanks.
For drama that costs severe readies, we must once again cross the Atlantic to a country where literally anybody can be president, for HBO's The Affair, whose third season is set 3 years after the second one.
I don't think they want to be alone with me.
Oh, that's ridiculous. You're their father.
Stacey's afraid of me.
I'm not afraid of you. She's uncomfortable because she hasn't seen you in 3 years.
It's complicated, but teacher novelist Lothario Dominic West has been in prison. That's his blameless wife Maura Tierney, who he split up from after having an affair with an also married waitress, Ruth Wilson, and there was a murder. It's complicated only because it's told from multiple perspectives. The show's gimmick, and for me, its curse. Although this first episode back was surprisingly linear. West had a beard at the start.
You should really shave that beard, you look insane. No, it's a good university. And you're a convict.
Ex-convict.
And he didn't at the end.
Unfortunately, all that Audrey has revealed here today is how shockingly unoriginal her inner life actually is. It'll probably behoove you to turn off your computer, get off your couch, and go outside and risk some live human interactions so you could observe the idiosyncrasies of actual behavior. Better yet, leave campus, go visit some struggling neighborhood and see real people try to deal with real problems, and then go home and write about that.
Yeah, he really fancies himself now he's been in prison, as does every woman he ever meets, apparently. Now, I believed in Dominic West in The Wire, and weirdly, as Fred West, but I don't buy him in this from any perspective.
I started noticing the change after 9/11. The president came on the television and started talking about keeping Americans safe, and suddenly all the students were repeating it. And these current students, they're even younger, and they've grown up on a whole rhetoric of...
That's his moment of zen. Here's yours while stocks last. It comes from Paolo Sorrentino's The Young Pope, which is quietly revolutionising my television set from within, not least with audacious audio-visual feasts like this one.
Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out when I walk in the spot. This is what I see. Everybody stops and is staring at me. I got passion in my pants and I ain't afraid to show it. Show it, show it, show it. I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know it.
Thanks for watching, especially to loyal Telly Addict, Fred Fernandez. Good luck, Fred. This week's item on the coffee table was a mint condition cassette, free with the enemy in 1986, called C86. You really should have signed up for UKTV Play by now, and you've probably already subscribed to UKTV on YouTube for trailers, clips and interviews and things. No doubt you watched last week's Telly Addict too, but I'd hardly recommend you give it another watch and marvel at my Clarkson impression. See you next week.